time for the Lowco Sports Lowdown. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Max Araj.
Hey, Loco sports fans, just me and Wes for the moment. Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, but did give Max the title credit tonight because he will be hopping in with us here in a little bit, and we'll also be chatting with our old friend Claire Green. We gave her title status tonight, Aloha Claire Bear, because it's a hello goodbye thing. Claire headed off to Clemson very soon, but finished off her junior career with a big win over the weekend at the Jimmy Self Invitational, along with Landry Williams, another May River Shark. So we'll talk with her in a bit. She's waiting in the green room. She's a seasoned guest. She's been here many times, and we look forward to talking with her again. Again, Max will be joining us a little bit, and I think the Stricklander may jump in with a report from the Loco Frontier. We've had a lot of high school football scrimmages popping off the last couple of days, and we've had some eyes and ears out there. So we'll share some reports we have from around the area, as well as maybe have a couple of correspondents jump in and talk with us about it. So should be a fun show tonight. We are barreling toward football season. It's been a busy week for me getting back in the classroom at Hardyville, and I know all the students are back at it as well in Beaufort County. So got back at it Wednesday. So we're barreling toward football season. How are you holding up, Wes?
I'm doing well. It is 1 week away, at least week -1. That's I guess what you call it, because week 0 is technically the week after. So Skiza gets things going. Next week we got several teams in action, including at least one or two local. I know we got at least one, I think two games with area teams going at each other. So fantastic way to start the season coming up next week, which is crazy to think that it is upon us now. And as you mentioned, a lot of squads getting final preparations ready, especially the ski schools and some just scrimmages and exhibitions tonight. And we've got to hear a little bit of it through our group chatting, and now we're gonna get to hopefully our good friend Jeff Strickland to talk about a couple of those matchups that went down. So looking forward to that, and I'm already
hoping maybe we can get Jimmy Searson in too, because he's seen a lot the last couple of days. So he's pretty caught up.
Beaufort Eagles, which they'll be getting going in 2 weeks to start their season, and it's exciting times and very interesting to kind of see where all these teams are at the end of the year. I think Thomas Hayward, obviously Tony O'Banner, a lot of expectations with that squad. They're in action. A bunch of other of our ski teams are as well. So looking forward to hearing a little bit of a read on some of these schools, which it's hard to know everything this time of year when you haven't seen them. So I would like to get a little bit more info on what to expect. But I've enjoyed this cool off these last few days. Today would have been absolutely perfect football weather. I mean, it was low 80-degree cloudy day. I mean, that's a perfect setting environment for high school football. Unfortunately, it is going to be a sauna on Friday night for the afternoon delight. Is the temperatures getting up to 89, 90 degrees.
Oh, Lord.
So it is going to be a hot one on this Friday coming up for Hilton Head Prep Beaufort Academy.
Yikes. That is, that's pressure cooker for the afternoon delight. So, we mentioned it, 4 games, 2 Loco on Loco. HHCA's at Porter Goud. Cross is at the Kings Academy, but then the 2 home games are Loco and Loco, Colleton Prep at JP2 and BA at Hilton Head Prep. So we're looking forward to that next Friday, but that'll be next Friday. We got other business to tend to. The Lowco Sports Lowdown brought to you by Mikkelson Law Firm, our original sponsor, our all-star sponsor, presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. So you'll hear about them a lot when we talk about the Eagles this year. They are also our official real estate closing attorney. Check out Mikkelson Law Firm for all your legal needs in downtown Bluffton. And tonight they present our star of the show, our guest, the lovely and talented Claire Green, joining us on the Lowco Sports Lowdown. What's going on, Claire?
How's it going?
Doing well. Great to see you. As always, great to see you. How are things? Obviously, still going well on the golf course, and another title this weekend, finishing up your junior career with a win at the Jimmy Self, and that had to be meaningful to win your last junior tournament and just kind of close this chapter of your career.
Yeah, it's definitely bittersweet winning my last junior event, especially it was the one I started my junior career at. So it was really a full circle moment. It's like
Oh,
kind of crazy to think I'm going off to college here in a week or so. But it was just special to end it with my family around and just my friends and stuff. So it was really special. It was a great way to close out what's been an amazing chapter of my life.
had to be an emotional moment for you, finishing off that last junior event with a win, especially with your family around as you close out this chapter. But talk to me about how you played as you wrapped up this chapter of your career.
Yeah, just like tried to play smart, just tried to play clean, just tried to have fun in the last junior golf tournament. I think as we're getting into the heat of it, like going into qualifying and like that next level in college, it's like definitely on a more serious tone, which I totally love. But I feel like for the last junior event, I just tried to have fun and, just play the golf course, which ended up working out.
And another Shark also winning with Landry Williams taking the boys title, which that's great to see. Does he have another year, or did he graduate? I'm sorry, what?
I think he's a junior. I think he has 2 years left.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah,
Oh,
he's a tremendous young player, and has really racked up some accolades for himself. But you leave behind a program that is in good shape. You guys have had what you could almost call a dynastic run the last few years. How do you leave the program? How are they looking with you and Robin moving on?
Yeah, I think they're good. Head coach Mr. Campbell, I think he's was strategizing as soon as we walked off the 18th green last year, thinking about how he's gonna defend a title. I think they have a couple new middle schoolers coming in, which will be super exciting. So I feel like they'll be a younger team. But I think they're just always super excited to embrace the opportunity that's in front of them and just try to go out there and compete and just enjoy it at the end of the day.
very cool to see that program in such a positive direction going forward, and to just to cover and witness this dynasty that you helped create over your talk about the most memorable moments throughout your journey over there as you look back on what has made you such a success story here in the loco.
Yeah, I would say, coming into freshman year, like, just immediately winning a state championship, like, just right off the bat was, like, a wow moment for me. And also placing, like, all state as a freshman and not really knowing, like, what the opportunities were in the South Carolina Golf. And then we went into the second season. I remember us, like, kind of a little more stressed because we had just lost our seniors, but I just remember the team being super bonded going into that season, kind of as the younger team. And I think that season really is what bonded us for these past couple years being so successful. And I would just think like the greatest memories is when we were all having fun and just winning. And that's probably such like a like snarky thing to say, but like when you're performing as a team so well and you're just, you're trusting in each other at the end of the day to play everyone's games, like it all just turns out how it's supposed to. So it was definitely super special for me to be a part of all those state championships at the school. And I can't wait to see what they do in the future.
Well, I mean, it's more fun to win. There's no other way to say it. It's a lot more fun to win than it is to not win. And I remind my players in all sports that all the time. Like when we're not wanting to work hard in practice, like, hey, remember it's more fun to win. Like, let's go. So no, there's no snark to that. It's just, I mean, you're gonna remember the best times. But it's been a heck of a run for you. But like you said, now headed off to Clemson in the next week or so, and really going to be a step up in the competitive environment for you. But I sense that you are eager for that. I mean, beyond like ready for it. You're eager for it. You're seeking it, and you want all the smoke, right?
Um,
Oh, sorry, you were cutting out at the first there.
Hmm.
oh, sorry. I said it's definitely change going into college golf. We're going into a pretty competitive environment. Um, just competing all the time with the team. Like, I'm super excited just to be in a competitive environment. We're practicing every day, we're qualifying, you're working out at 7 a.m. in the morning together. So I'm just really excited for the team camaraderie aspect.
Yeah.
Just the 24/7 competing. I think it's gonna be really good just to help me elevate my game, and like really see what it's like to play at the next level, which is what I've dreamt of for so long.
Yeah, I was actually over at Clemson a couple months ago, and I got to tour, at least look around some of the facilities there. State of the art in pretty much every sport. So, how excited are you to be able to get ready to experience college high level Division 1 athletics at such a great school with just tremendous facilities?
Yeah, I could not be more excited for the opportunity at hand and all the resources they have for us just to succeed. I mean, we have our state of the art facilities. We have some great golf courses around the area. We have a new workout and nutrition center where we're working out, where we can go, eat, like a dining hall. We have a new athletic recovery center, with phenomenal trainers and phenomenal staff to make sure we're at our, peak performance. So I think it'll just be really cool to be surrounded, with so many great resources that you can use to your advantage to get better and to elevate your game. And there's probably so much more than I know of, but
Yeah.
I'm just excited to get there and learn about all that they have for us to, help perform at our best.
Yeah. What give us some perspective because everybody talks about the way college recruiting's changing and
Yeah.
NIL and all this stuff. And I think people have a pretty good handle on what it looks like in the big time sports and football and basketball, but I don't think people necessarily know what it has done or what it looks like in a sport like women's golf. So what are some of the dynamics that you're dealing with there? Obviously, the transfer portal is still a major factor, but how much is NIL in play, and what's that look like for you guys?
Yeah, for sure. So Clemson has a NIL agent for us. So they
Hmm.
kind of go out like as soon as you get there, like you're gonna kind of get, excuse me, you're gonna be branded. They're
Hmm.
gonna help find deals and stuff for you. So I feel like within the NIL world over the past couple years, there's definitely become more of an opportunity for like women's golfers to
Hmm.
benefit off of that. I think with all the changes and stuff, like our team isn't directly hurt by it. It's a direct benefit, but like we're roster cutting now, so like
Hmm.
our recruiting classes are immediately impacted from that, and coach has to be like a little more like careful about like, okay, am I bringing in someone like who's really just going to stay here, help me build the team
Yeah.
culture, be more competitive. So I definitely think it's changed the dynamic of like women's sports, especially women's golf, because there's a lot of people in the portal that are like
Hmm.
phenomenal players that are just
Right.
waiting to get picked up. So it's definitely like an interesting time in women's golf. I think it's really changing like drastically. And I think looking from the outside in, you might be like, oh, like it's the same, like the same girls are on the team. Well, like it might look like that, but like in the next couple years, like we can't bring in like a huge recruiting class. Like you
Right.
might have one
Unless
girl.
somebody leaves in the portal.
Yeah,
And you're probably going to find that out late. So you weren't really recruiting people because you didn't know you were going to have a roster spot. And like,
yeah,
it's a wild world out there right now. There's a lot of moving parts that changed late in the game, a
right.
lot later in the game than they used to. So yeah, I was curious about that, but that's interesting that they have agents who go to work for you. So I'm guessing for you they would be trying to get a Titleist sponsorship or a club deal. I mean, but like seriously, like they're seeking things that
Yeah,
match
I think
your
there's
brand, right?
Yeah, I think they're seeking, even if it's just like local businesses in Clemson, to
Hmm.
kind of help get your name out in the area so people kind of know who you are, like what your passions are. Um, and I think like once you get there, like once you start to like learn about like, oh, I want my future to look like this or this, then they can
Hmm.
almost help like fine tune it and make it more specific.
Sure.
But yeah, it'll be great once we're there
Yeah.
for all of that.
Um, I believe he just finished up. It says he's a senior on this. He was just senior, but Andrew Swanson for Clemson Tigers. So the pipeline continues.
Yeah.
After Andrew, what he did is he continues to chase his professional golfing dreams. So, were you able to meet him at any point throughout your career, or or any other golfers that really inspired you throughout your journey to Clemson, and that's got to be cool for you to continue that Maver tradition, to follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, for sure. I met Andrew briefly when I was on my official visit. Nothing like it was kind of like, oh my goodness, like we went to the same high school, like we had the same gym teacher, Coach Whitmore. So it was like crazy, just like the small world, like, oh my goodness, we're both going, like he was already there and I'm coming there. So like that was super cool. It's super cool to look up to the people that have come like before you in your area and where they've gone within golf. Like my two older cousins played in college, which has always just been such a huge inspiration to me. Just constantly looking up to them and like what they're able to achieve and just wanting to like try to follow in their footsteps and like do my own thing and do have my own path, but like also like being respectful and seeing like how many great things they've accomplished when they were at their respective universities.
Yeah, that would be Max, who played at West Virginia, and who am I missing?
Daniel Azalian, he played at Virginia Tech.
Oh, he's a cousin to
Yes,
you as
yes,
well?
and I believe,
Yeah.
How about that? Man, it
yeah,
runs in the family.
yeah.
Some serious golf talent
Yeah, I
in that
remember
family.
he came back. I think he won a tournament. Was it USCB or like the USB hosted?
Yeah,
Remember he,
Azalian won a tournament at
yeah, I believe it was
USCB
around
or
here.
in the area or that USCB was in. Yeah, that was
Yes,
right. You're right.
it was either here. It was either the old field one or somewhere else, and USC was playing it. I just yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Anyway,
don't recall, but yeah,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Small world.
Yeah, it really is, and of course Bryson Nimmer, Clemson Tiger,
Yeah.
who's on the Corn Ferry Tour now, fighting for a spot in the PGA Tour. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that Clemson connection is with around the local area is a real thing. So,
It's a great academic
yeah,
opportunity as
yeah.
well. And I know
Uh,
that you aspire to play golf for as long as you can and try to make money at it is the goal. But I also know we've talked to you about some pretty, high aspirations academically. So what's the academic plan and what's the plan after golf, or if golf goes sideways, I guess?
Yeah, my major as of right now is sports communication. And I think I'm gonna minor in business administration. It may change down the path, we'll see, but right now I'm gonna stick with that. Just kind of see like how the marketing, how I can bring like social media, my love for sports all together. I'll try to play golf for as long as possible. I love it. I can't imagine my life without it. If not, I feel like I would want to go to law school or some type of school for more time after college. I like the how it's like how school keeps you so organized, like have a specific goal. I feel like I'm at my best when I'm in school and like having to balance all those things, but like I
right.
think it also just makes you really productive. And I think that has a positive impact on your golf game or whatever sport you're playing.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to get this major and academic journey started, but I'm also excited to see like what happens with my
Yeah.
academic journey in the future.
Well, if you need an
Yeah, I mean,
internship for your sports
right.
communication class, you know where to find
I
us.
know who to call.
But yeah, I mean, you talk about all the grinding days and everything that it takes to be a successful student athlete, and I mean, you've lived at May River, a tremendous school, and Clemson is an outstanding institution at the collegiate level, and I think you're going to do a fantastic job balancing all that you have to do, because you've certainly proved that over here at the Loco at May River. But just talk about your expectations with this team. I mean, this is a squad that has been competitive in the ACC. They finished second in the ACC tournament a couple of years, 2 years ago, I believe, and were competitive last year as well. So just talk about the aspirations that you have here at Clemson, and some of those goals that you'd like to achieve, and how you'd like to make a contribution to this program.
Yeah, for sure. I think the goal going into college is to kind of like just get a feel of it right off the bat. We start qualifying like a week and a half into school, so it's pretty competitive as soon as you get there. I mean, everyone's there to get a or excuse me, to get a spot in the lineup. So
Mhm.
I think going there, the goal is to just play and try to make the roster as much as you can. Try to make the starting five. And obviously, if you're not making the starting five, I think it's not something to view as as a negative, but something to view as like, well, I didn't make it, but like I still get to go out and try to be better for the next week.
Mhm.
And kind of following up on that, talk to me about the structure of the season, because you guys play a lot of tournaments in the fall, but then it really ramps
Yeah.
up in the spring. So for those who are unaware of like how the college golf schedule works, Talk to me about how that's set up and what you got and what you specifically as a freshman would like to accomplish to build yourself for more opportunities going forward later in the season.
Yeah, for sure. We have 5 tournaments in the fall, 5 regular tournaments in the spring, and then we have 3 potential postseason events. So after your 5 events in the spring, you are automatically in ACCs, which is our our like conference. And then depending on our record, you have to beat 50% of the teams you play throughout the year. And be ranked in a certain spot to make it to regionals. And regionals is the qualifier for nationals. So unfortunately, they didn't make it this year, but in the prior years, we'd made it 2 years in a row. So I think it's super exciting to have a competitive schedule and to kind of have it, packed. So I think the goal as a freshman is to go in to just try to make the spot, try to
Yeah.
make the starting 5 every week. Obviously, it's hard coming in as a freshman because there's girls who have been there for a longer amount of time. They already understand what they're going into. But I think it's just going in there, trying to adjust as soon as possible, and like definitely trying to
Mhm.
play a lot in the spring. I think patience is going to be a big thing in the fall because it's going to be a big adjustment. So like not
Yeah.
being too like negative or like down on myself if I don't qualify, but just using that as motivation to get, really
Yeah.
prepared for the spring.
Yeah, get in the lineup as quickly as you can, and once you get in there, try to stay in there. I mean,
Yeah.
that's about all you can do. I mean, and you got to control what you can control, which is your game. You can't worry about if 5 girls go out and shoot 66 or better, and you shoot
Yeah.
68, like you can't worry about it. You do what you can do, and the rest will take care of itself. So, well, Claire, we're super proud of you. We've had such a great time covering your career really from start to finish in high school, and getting to see all the accomplishments up close and celebrate many of them with you on the show. So it's been awesome. There'll be, I'm sure, many more opportunities to catch up with you and celebrate more successes as you go on to Clemson and beyond. And I'm serious about that internship now. If you need a sports communications internship, I'm sure you could probably get a more interesting one in Clemson than you can get here. But just remember your people if you need a fallback plan. But
I
Wes,
definitely
you,
will.
you got anything else for Claire before we let her go?
Yeah, I mean, just any shout outs you'd like to give to people who have helped you along the way to becoming the golfer you are now, whether it was lessons early on in your career or college or high school coaches to really guide you. Anyone you'd like to shout out that has really made a difference in your career as you head to the next level.
My parents definitely. I think all my coaches, like even some of the ones I don't work with now. I think every coach has had an instrumental part in making me the person and player I am today. My mentor Rosie Jones has been one of the most important people in my career. Just constantly pushing me. It's always important, like at a young age when you're trying to be serious in something, to have someone who believes in you because you don't believe in yourself a lot of the time. So she's been such a key part in my golf career and the person I've become. I'm super thankful for my college coaches for believing in me, giving me the opportunity to go play at a phenomenal university. There's just so many people I'm thankful for, like my local sports family. I'm thankful for my high school coach, like all the professors I've had. It's been an amazing ride to this point, and I'm excited to see what the next 4 years holds.
Well said, kid. Well said. Now we're all pulling for you, and we have a lot of faith in you that you'll continue to do great things. So it's been a pleasure, and we'll continue to be aloha, Claire Bear. We'll see you soon.
Bye. Thank you for guys for having me.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Take care.
Bye
That's
bye.
Claire Green, former May River Shark turned Clemson Tiger, and just an awesome kid. I've really enjoyed it, getting to know her over the years and follow her successes. So,
What a way to
hopefully,
wrap it up. Full circle moment, the tournament you started playing and then you
yeah.
win it to end it off. And you can't ask for a better finale than that to your junior career.
That's right. Well, we've got a few friends waiting in the wings. After I tell you about these sponsors, Hudson Seafood House on the Docks is in the Loco Booster Club, and it's a great place for seafood sunsets and cocktails on Hilton Head Island, and also presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. The boys are on hiatus for the rest of the month. They're they've got
Summer break.
travels and
Yeah,
such,
nice.
and it's the dog days. They
Yeah.
can't come up with appealing enough topics. So they decided to punt until September, but they'll be back on the Lowco Media Network in September with lots of NFL hot takes and such.
Yes.
Our newest sponsor is Twinge and Twombly, personal injury attorneys in Beaufort with a rare name, but they provide remarkable service. So if you need a personal injury attorney, call on our friends Twinge and Twombly, friends of Jeff Riley, the legendary Jeff Riley, who just completed his first week of school at the Ville, working at the Ville.
Fantastic.
And he's got some news he's going to come on and share with us soon too. He's got a
Ooh.
fundraiser he's got cooking for the state bowling games up in Myrtle Beach, and he's also training for the unified golf now with Tyler
He
Montford.
is
So he's been playing a lot of
he's
golf.
been everywhere right now.
He's here. He's
yeah.
there. He's every bleeping where.
Yeah.
Jeff Riley. And he's the water boy for the football team, too. He's at Hardyville. He's taking good care of them boys, too. So, anyway, Twinge and Twombly, that's what that was about. HHI Windows and Doors, Coach Barron, our old friend from Hilton Head Prep, great basketball coach, great windows and doors man as well, whatever that's called. They're improving your view of the Low Country. If you need to improve your view, get with HHI Windows and Doors. All right. Well, let's turn the page. We got Max got in here just a few minutes in. He didn't want to disrupt our flow, but he joins us now, and we've got a guest from the Loco Frontier, Stricklander and likely Blue at some point or another,
My boy Blue.
joining us on the Loco Sports Lowdown. What's up, boys? Starting to feel like Loco Friday nights, ain't
Well,
it?
it was perfect temps for it as well. I mean,
It feels like
at the
football
top of
weather.
the show, low 80-degree weather. I mean, that's a perfect late September, early October Friday night. We got it here in August, and had to be some good conditions for watching some football.
How was it out there, Strick? You were where'd you get out to tonight?
Well, they had that big jamboree at Carlton Prep.
Jamboree at Carlton Prep, and we had dang near everybody there. It sounded like.
Yeah, it was like everybody in that low country region in single A Skiza. So had Andrew Jackson playing in the first one. I didn't pay too much attention because we just got there warming up and everything. Then we had our game, and then Carlton Prep played, and then Thomas Hayward played at the end. So they hit a bunch of the Loco squads we've got.
BA wasn't there though.
No, I think they scrimmaged John Paul last night. Nick Shuford was there. I saw him, but
well, that sounds like Nick. He would schedule a scrimmage the night before so he could go scout the other scrimmage and make sure nobody saw him. But so let's see, who did PHA match up with tonight?
We split quarters. First quarter played Branchville, and I thought we did pretty well. We had some problems with the headsets when we got started. Offensive coordinator was by me up in the booth. He was trying to call the play. It wasn't going through. So they were just guessing. It was
y'all's OC this year, Wiggins again?
Yeah. And we went down, he changed spots, went down on the field. And after that, offense moved the ball pretty well. Second quarter we played Northside Christian, they're 3A Skisa from Lexington. They're pretty solid. I mean, 3A,
they're up to 3A now?
Yeah.
They were 8-man just not very long ago.
Last time we actually played them, they were 8-man. That's been like 4 years ago. But I mean, you got to beat Pinewood Prep and Wilson Hall in 3A. So
right.
I don't know if they can hang with them. But
and Hilton Head
I don't know.
We've
got a lot of really young guys playing for the first time, and some just hadn't had a lot of minutes. It'll get there. It's just a lot of mental mistakes, things we can correct, but the potential is there. And you know, I don't know.
You guys have
excited.
Lost some,
I'm ready for it.
You've lost some big time juice over the last couple of years as far as individuals go, with the Ferry Twins and then Michael Tucker Mathis, and like those were some workhorses for you. So who are the guys we're gonna learn their names this year? They're stepping into some of those shoes.
Got Rylan Brunson at quarterback, which he was our quarterback for some of the year last year, and then he was linebacker that state championship year. We've got Diego Santana and Luke Sobey. Luke's the state champion wrestler.
Yeah, he's an animal.
He was bulldozing people at running back. I mean, we got a pretty good running game, I think, this year. When the
You got
linemen hit their
him like
assignments and block.
fullback?
Yeah, fullback, running back kind of thing.
Mm.
His little brother Kai is a freshman. He started. He
He's a
caught some
little
passes at receiver.
tank too.
Yeah, and you got Day Glover. He's a pretty good receiver. Trying to think of anybody else.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
want to forget anybody, but
Man, I would have bet Day had graduated by now. He's been there forever, feels like.
Yeah.
no, he's a senior this year, so he wants to get his 1,000 points in basketball. But he's a pretty big
Oh,
leader on the football team.
fair.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
gets bigger every year too.
Certainly, good to have you back. I want to
Yeah, it's
hear
been a
what
while.
your thoughts are on this region. Although Thomas Hayward looks to be pretty prominent with the return of Tony O'Banner, and if they're
Well,
able to,
but did you see
oh, what?
Jimmy's report from tonight
Oh,
Sounds
on the
like
group
Carlton
chat?
Prep might be the team to beat. I don't know what
I
Buford's
think
got, but
well,
I think Carlton Prep might be pretty tough, but they won their only half tonight, 30-0, which
I
who
mean,
was that
yeah,
against?
that's
But here's what's the
how
worry.
much. I mean, you only can take away so much from an exhibition game,
I
but
know, but
yeah,
here's the
I agree.
worry. Thomas Hayward was down 29-6 to Calhoun Academy in the first quarter and lost the half 43-22. Now they did play better in the second half with Tony at quarterback. And so maybe they just learned
yeah.
that has to happen. And they're certainly a different team if he
I mean,
touches
he
the ball
drives
every
that whole
play.
team.
Um,
If he's not contributing, that entire team is nowhere as good
right.
as if. I mean, I mean,
No,
it's
no
basically,
chance.
yeah. I mean, it's like it's crazy just to think how much he means to that squad, and I expect him to be under center. I think that's what makes his team
I
most
think he
potent.
has to be.
And
Yeah.
but on the other hand, Carlton Prep are they looking like a legit contender from what you have seen? Obviously, it's preseason January football, but what has impressed you about this Cougars? Warhawks team?
Warhawks.
I
Well, I
We'll talk
honestly,
Cougars later.
we were all eating pizza in the corner, so I didn't, and then we left. So I didn't see
I
him.
appreciate your
I know our,
transparency. It's one of
Yeah.
the hallmarks of journalism.
you know, I never turned down a free meal, but
Me neither. Man.
our head coach Joe
That's
Gray,
also a good
he was
hallmark
watching
of
them,
journalism, sports
and
journalism, at least.
Jimmy of course was there.
Yep.
But walking by him, I mean, I didn't see any gargantuan giant linemen. I mean, they all look kind of similar size and build. They had some tall guys. So, I mean, just my thoughts, they got to have some speed. They got to be able to throw the ball. I'm going to imagine
Yep.
last year, they had a pretty good run game, pretty good pass game. And I don't think they
Yeah.
lost many seniors. I know they lost that
No.
kicker, couple linemen, but
Yeah.
they had a
Seems like they've
But yeah, they got
overachieved.
all their skill guys were young last year, and
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
had a
And I think they
couple
picked up a
sophomore
few from Andrew
receivers that were
Jackson.
pretty nasty. And that's a good coaching staff, man. They coach them up. They have tough kids. They buy into the weight room. They're always strong, country strong kids, and they just do damage. What's going on there, Max? You in here twice?
He's cloned himself. It's like that
Max
Michael
is
Keaton
cloning
movie.
himself.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening with Max. No, it's yeah, duplicity, right?
That's it.
Multiplicity.
Yeah, multiplicity.
I
That's
like
it.
that.
That's it.
You there, Max? Talk to me, Max.
Which is the real Max or the
We
real
don't hear
Max?
you, Max. We don't hear you, Max.
Oh, that's why. Sorry, my
There
microphone
we
was muted.
go. There we
My
go.
bad. My bad. I didn't realize my mic was
Ay.
muted.
Have you been talking this whole time?
No,
Oh, I couldn't.
Chiming in?
We couldn't hear you. So
no, I don't know what you're talking
Oh, it's
about.
Loco After Dark. Loco Friday night, the
Yeah.
last Friday without football. End of a long week, I'm telling you. This teaching business is no
Dude,
joke.
seriously.
Like after you get used to that summer
Remember those days.
lifestyle, you
Yeah,
gotta
no,
jump
it's a
back in
tease. I
there.
mean, you're off for like 2 months, and then all of a sudden you have to start working again. It's always
It's
tough.
just-
But once you're in the rhythm of it, once you're after that
Yeah.
first week,
And
it
let me tell you, it's been a great first week. I'm
Yep, that's
not
awesome.
even lying.
Awesome.
Like my
Yeah.
journalism class has been bussing. Like
That's great.
we're off and running.
Heck yeah.
But it's just I'm not used to being on go for so long at a
Right.
time. I'm kind of drive hard and then rest up type guy, you know. So it's long days. Yeah, play the violin. I know, wah wah. Poor me. No, I ain't fussing. I'm just tired. That's
We're
all.
thinking,
But the
yeah.
Stricklander's got to be up for the sun. I know. Max, what were you out doing tonight?
I was coaching tonight. I was coaching some 9 to 10 boys basketball. Just finished our season tonight. Runner ups.
All
Right
right,
here.
you got the trophy.
I
Trophy
do.
pick.
Yeah, I'm trying to
We
get
always
my
love when we
picks
get
up.
a trophy on the show.
I'm trying to get my pictures here, but my laptop's not wanting to work with me. But anyway, yeah, we finished runner ups, with our win tonight. So I was very happy. It was really fun. I enjoyed doing that this summer. It was fun coaching those those little 9 to 10-year-olds. It was pretty fun. So I'm hoping. I've been talking with the parents. Yeah, it's a great age.
Really
I've been
fun
talking
age.
with the parents, and I want to get the kids out when the winter comes around. If time allows it, to get them out to a USCB men's basketball
Oh
game
yeah.
one day, which would
And
be
I thought
really
you were
fun
gonna.
for them.
I thought you were about to start an AAU team for a second.
No,
Yeah, so we're dropping.
dude. I
You know,
never step on your feet, man. I never step on your feet. Anyway,
we're launching to the max. Our 10U AAU team.
oh gosh, but yeah, it was really fun, and now we are starting to now move into, cannot believe it, but fall sports are
Right.
starting up
Yeah,
next
man.
week with practices and stuff. So it's been a crazy couple weeks, but man, it's that time of the year now.
Yes.
It's just getting to be really busy now, and
You're on right in.
I'm very, very excited. Yeah, it was good to end the summer.
Yeah,
Very
man. Good
nice.
stuff. Well, Stricklander, I know you're double dipping. You're moonlighting over in Varnville as well, checking on the Hurricanes, Hampton County Hurricanes, and you were able to check them out the other night. Who did they go up against? They went up
Yeah,
against. They went to the Whale Branch deal, or did they go to the other?
it was yeah, I'm trying to cover everybody in the county.
I hear you. I appreciate
And
you.
not just football. I'm trying to do all the sports. So
Right. I
try
know
not to run
you're.
myself ragged, but it's something that's needed. And
Look, look.
uh,
Why do you think this
get the
thing
kids,
exists?
get
I
the
feel
kids
you.
some exposure and spotlight.
I feel you.
But no, yesterday it was 4 teams. Hampton, Blackville,
That's right.
Battery
Battery
Creek, and
Creek.
Stall.
That's right.
And
Great group.
I mean, Hampton and Battery Creek were definitely the top 2 teams. I don't know. I guess Blackville's down. They didn't look. I don't know. I'm probably have some Blackville fans after me after this, but they didn't look too hot yesterday.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just
I
slow
don't know if
going
I'd
at the
want
start.
Blackville fans after
I mean,
me.
then
This is
there's
their last year as a school, right? I mean,
You're
them and
right. So they're
Williston are
consolidating all of that, right?
with
So
Barnwell County,
who they
which I mean, I don't know why
consolidated.
Denmark and Bamberg haven't combined, but
well,
but yeah,
Denmark.
so Hampton played Blackville first, dominated them. I mean, Hampton ran like 8 plays and scored on 3 or 4 of them. And then
Wow.
Battery Creek was a little tougher on defense. I think Hampton might have just scored once. And then Stall,
Ooh.
they were
Yeah.
not very good.
They're
Yeah.
Stall.
They ran their
That's
quarterback to
Stall
death.
for you. Yeah.
Um,
I feel bad because they are they a 5A school or are they a 4A school?
they are
Yeah, they're
5A. They're in the
5A.
region with
They're a
Somerville and all
5A
that.
school. Oh,
Yeah, and they get raided by
guys.
those schools. Anybody who ever comes through there who has any juice gets snagged by somebody. It's a rough situation for them.
That's terrible.
They're not. I mean, they should honestly be allowed to switch places with Oceanside or something. Just let them play in 3A. Send
I agree.
Oceanside to 5A.
I was about to say, put them in 3A. Put them somewhere where they can have a somewhat of a chance.
I mean, in some sports they're competitive, but football's not
definitely
one of them.
basketball. I know they're competitive.
They're often competitive in
Soccer, they're pretty good.
basketball. Soccer, they're pretty solid. It's just demographically, like they can't
Football,
retain enough
Their
talented
Stall is
football
what
players.
Stall is North Charleston area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they should get That's the sad part is I know there's a bunch of talent out in that North Charleston,
Oh, for
area,
sure. Yeah, it just
and
gets
it's
rated. There's
sad
so
that
many,
they get snatched up by different schools, man, because they could have so
or they
many
just
players.
go to different schools because
Right.
there's just a lot of opportunity. There's a
Exactly.
lot of private schools. There's a lot of, school
You
choice,
got a
I
lot of
guess is the
choices.
thing. Yeah.
I would
So,
be like, yo, go the Skeezer route, have football in 3A and the rest of their sports
well, I mean,
competitively in
I would
5A.
guess a lot of their kids end up the talented academically and athletically end up going to
Right.
Skeezer schools in a lot of cases, I would guess. But
Yeah.
No, it's interesting that Battery Creek put up a good fight. I'm glad to see that. I think they're going to be improved. On the other hand, in their region, North Charleston did not look very good against Hardyville. They outscored Hardyville 8-6, but Hardyville kind of looked like the better team. It was just a 2-point difference was the different or 2-point conversion, and it was only a
Right.
quarter. And then Hardyville smoked Burke, which is no surprise. Burke's
Yeah.
kind of like
Shocking.
Stall, but 1A or 2A, whatever they are now.
Yeah.
They're real good at some sports, but they get rated with football. They don't have the numbers for that.
Right.
So they looked rough, but our boys looked good against them. So encouraging from Hardyville. We're still recruiting the halls. We got a few that if they get the physicals like they say they're going to, then they'll definitely add some depth in the
It's
trenches.
always
But
the physicals, isn't it? It's always the
yeah,
physicals.
I got to get that shirt made that says "Don't talk to me until you get your physical." I need that.
Please
can make
do.
Speaking of
print.
big boys in the trenches, we got a shout
I
out
will.
from Newberry Wolf right here. Bo Gwynn wondering
Yes.
how the crew's been.
Oh, Newberry. I
Crew's
went to
good, man.
Presbyterian. We don't like that.
He's a Newberry Wolf, along with friend of the program, fellow friend of the program, Zoe Allen, also a Newberry Wolf. I haven't tracked down all of our Loco players playing college football yet, but I have made it through the D1 list, FBS and FCS. I've been through every roster in America for Low
Nice.
Country players. I'll share that with
Nice.
you whenever you want to see it. But D2 rosters not quite matriculating to the
yeah.
websites yet. So, and there's a lot of them. So it may be.
Oh, I'm sure.
May have to get some
I'm
help,
sure.
Xander. I'll teach you my methods. You just pull up the roster and you do a Control F for comma SC S period C period, and then you search.
I've got a Google sheet made with like all the fall sports for high school and Skisa. Man, it's crazy how people don't put anything on there. Like, why have a website? Why pay for that? They don't put their schedule on it.
Yeah,
They
what's the
don't put
point?
anything. It's like from 2
Yeah.
years ago. And I email
Wolves
AD,
are
like,
rad,
can you send me the
but
schedule?
Kevin wants to see, the Libs wants to see Blue.
Blue.
Blue is edging into the screen for
He
a little
doesn't
bit.
wanna-
What's up, Blue Doggy? Hey,
He's
Blue.
being
You're my
difficult.
boy, Blue.
Blue.
You're my boy, Blue.
He's being
boy.
Yeah, we
difficult.
love
Big
we
boy
love
Blue.
when we have dogs. Did he get the ball? He wants the ball.
I had to hide it because he keeps burying it in the bed. And
I
lay
ran my
on it.
friend off with these. He was annoying the piss out of me, but I kept trying to clip his nails, and that made him finally leave.
Oh man.
Sometimes you might see me doing something under the table, and that's what's going on. I'm threatening to clip his nails to get him to
You
stop annoying me.
briefly mentioned Battery Creek and how they're looking kind of on the stronger side of things this year. I know they lost a couple key players.
They
From
did,
last
Smalls
season.
especially.
Yeah, Smalls. Yeah, but just I know it's a jamboree, but hearing Hampton had a bit of a struggle, going up against Battery Creek's defense.
It wasn't necessarily a struggle, but that was like their
They met the
Hampton's
most
got-
resistance.
Hampton's got a lot of weapons. I mean, they got speed, they can throw it, they can run it, they got big athletic linemen. The thing I worry about is the depth.
Right.
Because they got guys going both ways. But I mean, they're my pick to win the region, and I think they're going to make a big run in the lower state too. The sky's the limit.
They'll end up having to run. Yeah,
as long as they stay healthy, it's really
and not
really tough. Their first 22, so to speak, are really good.
That stretch where they play Bluffton, Hilton Head, Christchurch, if they can make it through that, and I think they'll be all right.
Make it through.
My biggest
concern. Win those games.
Yeah, my biggest concern for them would have been my biggest concern last year before they even played them, and that's Barnwell. I'm seeing
heard
some
Well,
things
yeah,
Barnwell's
in
around.
the
down, but I
region,
don't know.
but Barnwell lost a lot, right?
I know they lost a lot, but I think I don't know. I mean,
Didn't they lose a
I
bunch,
do
Rick?
like I definitely
I've
see
heard that.
Hampton winning. I see Hampton winning the region, but I think Barnwell on the road at
Yeah.
Barnwell is going to be
Oh yeah,
interesting.
for sure. And you know, Lake Marion's not a pushover, and
No,
Whale Branch, it sounds like, struggled last night. We got reports from Whale Branch where they played against Colleton, Wando, and Lakewood, I believe. And it sounded like
it's a tough group.
Colleton just went up and down the field on them. And
Yeah.
then Lakewood and Wando both beat Colleton. So, you know, I worry that it'll be a little bit of a rough year for Whale Branch. I hope I'm wrong about that.
They're a
But
younger. They're a younger group, aren't they?
yeah, they're awfully young, and they had a couple of pretty big dogs transfer out. You know, Raheem
Coaching
Saunders going
change
to
as well.
VA. Yeah, I just worry that it's going to be a little bit of a rebuild year for them. The closest
That's
thing to a
fine because
rebuild
they
that
got
they've had to have.
yeah. Well, I think you and I have talked about it, Justin. We said that at media day we really like the coaching staff they currently have over
Oh,
at
I
Whale
love
Branch,
those guys.
and we think the culture they have right now is gonna help grow that program to be a successful program. I mean, we both talked about that when when you talked with them at media day when they
Yeah.
came through our little station there, and we both
Yeah.
I think we both looked at each other and said we really like this coaching staff over at Whale Branch, and we think they can get the job
I
done.
mean, I
It's
love
just
those
gonna take some
guys
time.
through and through, and they've been there a long time. They're you know, devoted to that school and those kids, and going to
Right.
give the best they've got. The one thing I do worry about with Whale Branch is whether they're going to be in disproportionately impacted by the transfer, you know,
That
situation.
could be a
Because
problem.
I'm a little worried that they're going to have guys rated as well on a regular basis, just trying to lure them to
Yeah.
play 3A or 4A football.
Right. And
So we'll
that can
see.
be an issue.
Yeah, we'll
That could
see.
definitely.
But you know, it could also go back the other way where guys are, you know, people come in from outside and push people out at Buford or Battery Creek, and they go over to Whale Branch. So it's kind of yet to be seen how it's all going
It
to
makes it
happen.
interesting, especially if it goes down the path of they're going to struggle in terms of kids either transferring out to other schools or something like that. Especially with the region they're in,
No way.
it's going to
Especially,
make
yeah,
it.
it's difficult having to go against Hampton and Barnwell. I mean, it's a tremendously tough
Yeah, it's a
region that
tough
you're in
region.
right now when playing 2A. And
Yeah.
when you're thin, when your roster is thin like that, it takes everybody to do their job, and
Yeah.
so not having that depth can really hurt. And
Be
some
a
of it's not
problem.
your fault. It's just the way,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes the cards are dealt to a team, and you know, just
I mean,
hope
that's
that I hope that
public
they're
school
competitive. I
sports.
mean, I'd love them to prove me wrong. I'd love them to prove you wrong. I'd love them I'd love to
Yeah.
see them have a terrific year. And
Yeah.
there's a large, long history of success over there at Whale Branch. There have been a couple of disappointing years recently, but still, that's a tremendous program, and I love it. I love seeing them when they play well and have some you know, important key wins
They don't.
throughout the year.
The other thing I would say for this season for them is they don't have a great out of region, out of division schedule either because they start their
They
season
do have
against
Bluffton.
Bluffton,
Yeah.
and they're going to play
That's
a
top
Hardyville team
team
that's
for it.
definitely better than last season.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It should
I
be
think
more
it could be a close
competitive than
game.
last year.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that should
Yeah.
be a close game.
They need that win.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Whale Branch
Both
needs
teams
that win.
really need that.
We would love it. We
yeah.
would love it.
But I think
We would love it.
that because
Yeah.
is that a
Where
is that
is
Whale
that game
Branch
being
Hardyville
played?
game at
At Whale
is
Branch.
that
Yeah,
At
they
Whale
came and
Branch.
it's at
Okay,
Whale
yeah.
Branch?
came and whooped us
That's a
at our
game Whale
place
Branch
last year.
really needs.
Yeah.
That's one you gotta get
Yeah.
because we've seen seasons happen where if you lose the first couple in a row, especially against teams you should beat, it can crumble quickly. That's just the way
Well, I think that was their thing last season too. They started off with
well,
just
they
an
laid an
absolute,
egg against
you know,
Bluffton. That
Same.
was, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
And then they
then they
crushed
beat Hardyville
us.
the next game, but still,
they
I mean, it's just
crushed Hardyville,
yeah.
got their
Yeah.
frustrations
Took it
out,
out on
and
us.
got back on the
Yeah.
right track. But still, I mean, it's a different looking team for Whale Branch this year.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see how they do against Hardyville. I'm not even thinking about Bluffton just because I just think in the back
Yeah,
of my
that's a
mind,
They're a
mismatch.
different
I mean,
racetrack.
that,
got
Yeah.
too much
yeah,
firepower for that Whale
that's a
Branch team.
mismatch. And for
Yeah,
years, there was a district policy that all the Beaufort County teams had to play each other in football in the
Oh.
non-conference, and that really hosed Well Branch because they had to play all the 4As every year. I mean, it was
Jeez.
insane. So they would just be walking wounded by the time they got to region play, and they begged
it
and
was
pleaded,
hard.
like,
That's
please don't make us
too
play
difficult,
this
man.
4A
It's just
non-region
too much.
schedule. This is insane.
Especially when out of all the public schools, you're one of the only ones in the area in terms
Well,
of
at the
public
time
schools
they
that
were
aren't playing
1A,
4A ball.
and like they had to play Creek, which was 3A.
Oh
They had to
gosh.
play
Yeah.
Beaufort, which at the time was 3A, but was good. They had to play Hilton Head and Bluffton and May River. That was their 5 non-region games. It was
Yeah,
brutal.
that's
It was just
terrible. That is
brutal.
horrible. Yeah, that is
But they got
brutal.
out of that situation, thank goodness.
Thank
So
God they did.
anyway,
You know, that
who else did we? May River had a scrimmage at home last night. We had some photographers out there, student photographers, but I didn't get details on the on how it went. And then
who are they?
Bluffton
Do you know who they were
was,
playing?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't even know. I don't. And then
Hmm.
Bluffton had somebody coming in tonight, and Jakai was going to be over there, but we haven't heard much about
Hey,
how it went.
Bo
I mean,
Gwynn,
none of this
Bo Gwynn.
matters, you know, like this is just stuff
Yeah.
for us to talk about 2 weeks before kickoff. So
I mean,
don't take
Appetizer to
any
get
of
you
it.
excited
Don't
for the
take
main
any of it
course.
too seriously. We
correct.
don't know that Whale Branch isn't going to have a great season because
But I mean,
of one person's report from one scrimmage. Like we're
correct. I
just
mean, yes, they are.
speculating based on what we've heard.
Yeah.
They're jamborees, but we get a
Right.
little, like a
Yeah.
It's
tiny
the best
little
we got.
insight as
It's the
to
best
where
we
these
got
teams
right now.
stand. Yeah,
We got a little
you know.
nibble, a little taste.
But I mean,
Gotta have a
look,
Oh,
show.
it was May River,
we
Ashley Ridge, I guess.
thank you. I was about to say, Bo Gwynn, I know you're now a Newberry
How'd
Wolf,
it go,
but I'm
Bo?
sure
You
you
want to get in
still
here,
will
Bo?
always.
You still got the link?
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Yeah.
Hop on in and tell us about it.
That's Ashley Ridge. Okay. It gives us a little tiny insight, but just remember we have football in a week, which is
Yes.
crazy to
Yeah.
think
Yes.
about.
I
But we
mean,
have
you
football in a
eventually
week.
will be able to watch it and not have to give our own talks about, or at least
Oh, I mean, probably by next Thursday we're gonna be,
yeah. No,
talking
I'm saying is
like
it's
depth
always great to
about
talk
football.
about, but to finally get to see it play out and
Oh, yeah.
see how good
Yeah,
these
Yeah.
be.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
I
It's
think
fun to
for me the
speculate,
most
but
intriguing.
let's play the games.
I'm still like even that tiny jamboree with Battery Creek in Hampton County. I'm still intrigued with Battery Creek and where they may
Mhm.
sit as a team. I know they don't have the easiest of regions. Of course, having to be in
No,
a region with Oceanside, and so it makes it a little difficult.
and Hanahan and Orangeburg Wilkinson was real
Orangeburg
good last year.
Wilkinson, yeah, so
North Charleston,
I
they'll
know,
handle North Charleston. I feel confident saying Battery Creek will make the playoffs. They'll
but
beat
do
North
we?
Charleston. I feel
I
good
know
about
that
that.
I know we said they lost some key players, but do we think they have a chance of beating either Hanahan or Orangeburg? I'm not even going to
Yeah,
think about
yeah.
Oceanside because
I think those games may be in play. At least one of them.
I still think Oceanside should be playing 4A
Yeah,
football, but that's just me.
Oceanside. Yeah, like that's not even fair. They're not beating Oceanside, but Hanahan, and Orangeburg. I think those are in play. I do. They got
Okay,
some serious size on the line. They've got some serious
they
buy-in
do. I
to the
mean,
weight
we
room.
saw some of the. I mean, you and I saw some of that at media day when they had a couple of those big dudes
I tell
just
you,
walk
after
in.
the
And I
way
was like, wow.
Susie's first season went, or first couple of seasons, if I think if it wasn't, if he didn't believe it was turning around, he'd be somewhere else by now. I really think so.
Yeah,
He's a
because he's
good
too,
coach,
he's
and
too good of a coach, to where
I
someone's
do
gonna
believe that. I believe so.
outwork
I
him.
believe he would have been looking, and he would have found something if he wasn't
Agreed. I
confident about
100%
what they're
agree.
building there. And all those
Right.
guys are in. Those guys are all in with him at this point. So I think they're going to be all right. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited for
Yeah.
football. We won't
Yeah.
get high school league
Dude, I'm
games for 2
pumped.
more weeks, but next week we got the Skiza slate coming at you. Light Skiza slate, just 4 games, a little warm up, a little appetizer.
Yep, the appetizer
Um,
for the main entree. But
yeah,
yeah,
so
week -1 coming
we'll
up
get
in 1 week.
into regular schedule tomorrow, basically, like jump into it. I mean, not tomorrow, next week. You know what I
Yeah.
meant? Maybe you didn't. Um, Not much happening on Monday, but we'll probably just have a regular Monday show. Talk about whatever we talk about. Try to round
Probably
up a
football.
guest. Tuesday we got a little volleyball going on. Hopefully we
All
can
right.
get some student reports
Sweet.
or something from those. So if you're going to be out at volleyball games next week, we got a decent amount of volleyball through the week.
I'll be out at
Skiza
one tomorrow.
mostly. You will, and we may have you on Monday to report on it if you're game.
Yeah,
But
man.
All day.
and then Friday a few. Yeah, it's a pretty light slate next week, but we'll be able to see a little something. And much more to come. Much more to come. We're getting into it.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, we're getting toward the end of it. So some more sponsors. Base Hit Life is our baseball and softball themed apparel sponsor. If you want to look your best on the diamond this year and live your best base hit life, you got to get to basehitlife.com. I'm rocking a base hit life design tonight. Next pitch. Dr. Ambrose Cole's our official chiropractor. You can find him at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country, getting your floors so clean your feet will thank you. And Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. We are to the parting thoughts. Stricklander, you are the guest at this moment. Skiza Dude of Hampton. What does that say? Skiza Dude plus Hampton? Okay.
Yeah.
I like Skiza Dude of Hampton. That's the Dude Skiza
kind of
of Hampton.
Dude, Skiza.
What would you like to tell us about tonight as your parting thought?
You put me on the spot. I don't know.
I did. Well, tell us what you're doing tomorrow.
They've got the IP Builders tournament that Carlton Prep hosts every year, and they're doing. One section's going to be at Carlton Prep. The other section's going to be at that Ace Basin Sports Complex.
Yes.
Give me a second. I can read you the teams that are going to be there because a lot of them
It's
are
a
Loco
slew
teams.
of them.
Yeah.
We've got Carlton Prep, John Paul, Jefferson Davis, Orangeburg Prep, Thomas Hayward, Patrick Henry, Cross, Andrew Jackson, Buford Academy. So good bit of Loco in there.
Yeah, we got a mess of Loco teams in there. That's always a good event. There's they get a lot of volleyball in that first week.
Yeah, they got pool play, and then they've got a silver bracket and a gold bracket. So
all right, so you'll keep us abreast of the volleyball happenings up in the borough of Walter. We appreciate that. And you want to make a plug for Lester's Barbecue or anything?
Well, I haven't been
Oh
to
man,
Lester's in
it
a
is
while.
a spot to be.
It's pretty good,
especially on this Friday night.
No, I keep checking I got a bunch of new cameras out in my yard, but I got a fox running around outside right now.
If you've been to Lester's Barbecue, hit it up. It's a great spot to grub if you're feeling the hunger.
We'll have to get a trail cam live look in one of these nights on Loco After Dark.
I can send you the video of the fox, but
what does the fox say?
It didn't make any noise. I hadn't heard it yet.
That is so old.
Stupidest song.
That's Max Raj. You got it's a ridiculous song. Max Raj, what do you got?
Well, I do know, NFL preseason games started getting really going underway tonight.
Anthony
I don't know
Richardson's
if you guys
already
saw.
hurt.
Huh?
Anthony Richardson's
Yeah,
already
I saw
hurt.
that. Yeah, I did see
but
that.
there was a really scary scene.
I also just came across. I think the Patriots were playing tonight, and Travion Henderson had a 100-yard kick return for his first play as an NFL player. How about that? And then I don't know if you guys saw, but Shador Sanders had a night for himself, 139 passing yards and two passing touchdowns.
Really? With the 2s and 3s against the 1s?
Yeah, let me see.
Although the Panthers' first team played the first few drives, but Sanders was able to. I mean, the Panthers D played pretty well, but the way Sanders got hot was off a turnover. It was special teams, and they got a short field, and he cashed in. So, I think there was a lot of hate that was given to Sanders. Obviously, slid down the draft board. A lot of teams didn't want him, and it's 1 week of preseason. Can he?
I don't even know if it was the fact that a lot of teams didn't want him. It was just they didn't know,
They didn't want to
character-wise.
deal with the drama.
Well, there was baggage.
Yeah.
There was
They
baggage.
just didn't want to deal with
alongside.
the drama.
Yeah.
They didn't know if
Right.
Daddy was going to
But I
like
mean,
him or not.
It was
14 of 23 for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. I
Yeah,
assume
obviously he
didn't
showed
play
that he
the
was
entire game,
talented at
obviously,
the
so
college
it's not bad.
level, and there are so many different evaluation methods when you're
Right.
choosing to draft a player, and the baggage, I guess, was an important factor here.
He
So.
just fell so far. It
Yeah.
was just.
I
it was
thought
pretty-
they were smart to draft him
Yeah.
when they did, though.
Oh,
thought
I
were
think they did
brilliant.
because you know why? They saved so much money drafting him there.
Oh God,
They
yeah.
saved.
Yeah.
Well, and
ton of money.
it's just not. There's not as much value to that pick, so it's not that big of a deal if you miss
Right.
on it.
I mean that is a
But
steal.
I think they
honestly.
start the season with Flacco, and I think by I don't know 5 or 6
got
weeks into the
yeah,
season,
they
I
just
think
have
Shador's
so
running
many
the show.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, I
so
think
many
it's going to be
quarterbacks,
an
though.
interesting quarterback battle at this point. If
I think they got
Sanders
4 or
continues
5.
to
If
play
they're
well in
smart,
the
they start
preseason.
trading quarterbacks as soon as people start getting hurt.
I mean, you
Yeah.
got
He-
another
Everyone
rookie in
has some
Dylan Gabriel
experience,
who's
Uh-huh.
just going to be sitting there, So what do you
People are
do with
going to
him?
get hurt. People are going to need quarterbacks.
I'll tell you
So-
what, though, Jalen Coker put on a show for Carolina.
Oh, you mean who? Jalen Coker?
Yeah, I mean,
I thought you were going to say Jalen Milroe from last
Yeah.
night for Seattle. He had a nice night.
yeah,
too.
he had a nice night, but yeah, I mean, Panthers have a good, exciting group of young receivers trying to prove themselves, with the quarterback really trying to prove himself. So it'll be interesting offense, but I like what I saw from the first team reps. Unfortunately, a really scary incident to report on that happened today during preseason. Maurice Norris Jr. of Detroit Lions left the game after suffering an awful hit to the upper body, the head, the neck portion, and he was ambulanced off the
really
field. And just awful to see something like that happen. And there is some positive developments. He's breathing, talking, and he's gotten some movement in his body. So positive signs, but still incredibly scary to see something like that happen.
I was watching it as it happened. It was a bad hit. It was a really bad hit. They took him off in an ambulance as well. They had to get the ambulance onto the field and get him out of there as quickly as possible. So, it was a bad situation, but it's good to hear that he's alert
and the gestures of both the Falcons and Lions players to huddle up in midfield and basically end the game there, knowing just
the right call.
as a gesture to Norris, who suffered just an awful setback, and showing the respect for not just a fellow teammate, but a fellow competitor and a fellow football player.
And I think that's what it is in any sport. Above all else, it's a brotherhood. They care about each other. When it's game time, it's go time. But when something like that happens, that
Well, and
everyone's
it's so
got
relatable because you know that they all live with that slight fear, that
in the back of their head.
So,
Yeah, 100%.
No, it's a scary
risk.
thing. Anytime somebody, I mean, you're playing a game, and then all of a sudden somebody's life is in danger. It's a jarring.
It's not like it's a light game. It can be a very brutal game at times.
Absolutely, but still, they never expect for that to happen, and
right, of course,
jarring when it does. So
I think that's why everybody was, especially with the DeMar Hamlin situation a few years back.
That was crazy.
That I think
it's still incredible to me that he's back playing football again. That's unreal.
But I applaud him for it. I applaud him for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I just
absolute warrior.
That man died on the field and he's back out there.
Dude,
That's unbelievable.
I mean, that is one. I remember watching it too. I was watching the whole game that night. I just remember watching it as it happened. I was just like, "Oh my god, what just happened?" But it's a brutal sport.
I do have some
else,
positive news from around the state of South Carolina, which I messaged about earlier in this week. But South Carolina will have a representative in the Little League World Series, and it was a stunner. Irmo coming back from 4-0 down the bottom of the sixth to walk off Lake Mary from Florida. just an incredible rally by that Irmo squad, and then they come
By
back
the
from
way,
4 runs down to walk it off. I mean, just an incredible moment for all those kids. I mean, that's
yes.
what you dream of throughout your childhood is to get yourself to Williamsport, and the way they were able to do it, just some incredible heroics there at the end to send themselves to the Little League World Series. So huge congratulations! I think there's only been like 3 or 4 teams from South Carolina who have made it to Williamsport.
Well,
So
yeah, because there's not a lot of places in South Carolina that play Little League. North Charleston
true,
has for
true,
years, and they've had some success, especially in the majors or whatever it is,
yeah.
the older division. But yeah, no, that's I think you'll see it more and more because we play good baseball here. It's just
Well,
we haven't had a lot of
here's
places
what
playing
makes
Little
it.
League.
Yeah, here's what makes that game a little more interesting is I don't know if you all remember, but Lake Mary was the defending Little League World Series champions from
Right.
2024. So that
Yeah,
made
that's
it
why the
that's what
ESPN
made it
was
even
Yeah.
more
on them.
because a good number of those kids were on that team from last season. You know,
Really?
so it's just a very
Yep, just the
very
4th
Go
unusual
team from
Irmo.
experience.
South Carolina to advance to the Little League World Series, and Brady Westbrook's. I was looking for his name. He had the heroics and the 3-run bases clearing double to
Nice.
walk it off, down 4-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. So, pretty cool stuff, and that's always fun to see.
Yeah,
A team like that make
I
it
know who I'm
to
rooting for.
the big stage, and that's a lifetime memory for that kid and that entire team. So, good stuff
100%.
over there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's
Well, I
fun to
know who I'm
watch.
rooting
I
for
love
this
the
year.
World
Then,
Series.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have any epic parting thought or anything, I don't guess, except that we're back to school, baby.
Yeah.
It's
It's go
fall is
time.
upon us. It was a good first week in the Ville. I hope the same was true across the Lowco, and as we often say, that fall season, especially the football season, sets the tone for the school year. So
Dude.
recruit those hallways, and if you're on the fence, get out there and be a part of something bigger than yourself this fall, and try to set a good tone for your school for the school year, because
Yeah.
it's more fun to win. It's more
Yeah.
fun to
Yeah.
win.
We'll talk about that.
And
Yes, it is.
even when you're not on the team, it's more fun when your teams are winning and everybody's in a good mood at school. So we're rooting for everybody in the Lowco this year. And when it's Lowco on Lowco, we can't get 2 winners, but we'll
We're
be out
guaranteed
there
one,
to.
though.
We're
At least
guaranteed
one.
one, so we'll try to be out there to document it and tell you about it here on the Lowco Sports Lowdown. So great show tonight, fellas. Many thanks to Claire Green, Claire Bear. Always game to come on and talk with us, and always a great guest and an inspiration. Thanks to you, fellas, the Stricklander especially, staying up late with us when he's got to work in the morning, coming out from the western frontier of the Lowco. We appreciate you, and we look forward to hearing from you a lot on Friday nights and other times throughout the season. And we might get you on Monday night, talk a little volleyball if you're still awake.
I'll do it
when we go
again.
live. And Max, thanks for hustling home from coaching to join us tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors, especially the OGs, Mikkelson Law Firm. And thanks to you for showing up to listen or watch, all the commenters and likers and lovers. We appreciate you. And that's going to do it for the Stricklander. Jeffrey Strickland. I almost couldn't even think of your name for a second because you're just a Stricklander. For Jeffrey Strickland, Max Araj, and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
The Lowco Sports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Lowco.